So I've got something different and exciting for you guys, hopefully. It is a manga shelf tour, and I've never done one of these before because I really honestly didn't have that much manga before this year, but now I have enough that it fills up a good half a shelf, so I'm going to do a tour and then, you know, see how that goes. Hope you guys enjoy. So first off, I'm going to start off with things that aren't actually manga, but on the top of my manga shelf here, I've got a bunch of Pokemon stuff. So I got Glaceon, Bulbasaur, Mimikyu, Finnegan, and Espeon, and then back behind there you can see there's a painting of a Vaporeon that was done. And then onto the manga. First off, I have another by Yukito Atsuji. Nope, Yukito Ayatsuji. Sorry about that. I bought this one when I was doing Tome Topple last year. One of the Tome Topples. It fit the over 500 pages graphic novel one, so that was why I picked it up, and I ended up loving it. I kind of assumed that I would because I like the show. In between that and my Cardcaptor Sakura is Volume 1 of Boruto. I picked this one up because I don't know if I can keep up with the anime, but at least I know I can keep up with the manga, because the anime is taking forever to do anything, but the manga really just flies along. I've got the complete set of Cardcaptor Sakura done up in the 4 omnibus collections. This is a piece of my childhood, and I'm so glad to have it on my shelf now. It's beautiful. And then kind of wedged in between there, I have the first volume of Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Arc that was just released like last month, and oh my god, it is beautiful and it's everything that I ever possibly wanted. Next up, I have Volume 1 of the Black Edition of Death Note. I have more of them, but that's down on a different shelf. I have them separate for a different reason. I've never actually read Death Note before. This is the only one that I've read so far, and I really liked it. I'm getting to the other ones like eventually, but not right now. Next up, I have the complete collection of Doubt. I guess they're omnibus collections 1 and 2. I kind of enjoyed it, but then after a while, it just kind of... the ending kind of ruined the whole thing for me. I assumed that's how... well, I mean, I didn't assume it. It struck me by surprise how the ending happened, and I was like, oh no, that's what they're hinting at the whole time, and I just... it wasn't my jam. So, like, yeah. Next up, I have Erased in that beautiful... come to me. Oh, in this beautiful hardcover edition. Like, oh my god, it is stunning. I watched Erased when it was first airing, and I loved it. And now I have Volume 1 of the manga, and I love that too, and I'm gonna get more of them eventually, but I'm kinda broke, so soon, but not too soon. Next up, there's Volume 1 of Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. I watched the first season of the anime, it was pretty great, so I started picking up the manga, and then I only ended up picking up 1 volume of it, and I want more, but I don't have any yet, but it's on my way. It's on the way. Next up, I got 3 volumes of the Fruits Basket Omnibus. I never actually read Fruits Basket before, and I never finished watching the anime, but I've got these 3 volumes of the Omnibus, and hopefully gonna get more and finish the whole thing off, but you know, we'll see. Next up, Gorgeous Karat Galaxy, which I didn't know was a sequel to Gorgeous Karat, and I just didn't like it, so yeah. Beside that is Innocent Bird. I read all 3 of them, but I can't for the life of me remember what they were about, so clearly they were just not that great to me. Next to them I have the first 5 volumes of Inspector. This one took me by surprise by how much I loved it. I really enjoy the art style in it, and the story is interesting because I really like the yokai aspect of Japanese culture and mythology, and I wanted to delve into that a little bit more. I don't have Volume 6 yet, but that's coming soon, hopefully, maybe. Next to that I have Konosuba, A God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, Volume 1. This one actually is a Loot Crate exclusive, or Loot Anime exclusive cover. Oh look, you can see me in it, that's awful. I watched a bit of the anime and I thought it was kind of dumb, but I still kind of liked it, and then I got this in the mail and oh my god, it's still kind of dumb, but I like it even more than the anime, so I'm gonna continue picking up the mangas. Next up I have, well, on this, it kind of continues down to the next shelf, but I have 2 of the Legendary Edition omnibus of Legend of Zelda mangas. This one is the Ocarina of Time and the Oracle of Seasons and Ages. And then down here, I've got Majora's Mask and A Link to the Past, and then Minish Cap, Phantom Hourglass, and then lastly Four Swords. And I enjoyed them all. I didn't like Four Swords quite as much, but like reading the Ocarina of Time in a manga form was just so much fun. Next to that, I got Magic Earth Ray Earth by Clamp, because I'm kind of Clamp trash, as you may be able to tell, and there's more on a shelf below this one. This one, I mean, it's not my favorite Clamp work. Basically, it's mechs done magical, or not mechs, mechs done shoujo style, which is interesting in theory, but in practice just wasn't really for me, but I'm still gonna get, like, the second omnibus collection to it, because, you know, Clamp trash. Next to that I have Menkui, which I did not enjoy at all. It was absolute trash. Let's just call it what it is. Next to that I have Volume 1 of Mobile Suit Thunderbolt. I'm gonna have to read this before I read Volume 2 because I can't remember what happened in it, but I do remember really enjoying it. I am a big fan of Gundam. Like, it's kind of like my bread and butter when it comes to anime. Next to that I have Platinum End Volume 1. There's more Platinum End down on the shelf, but like that's another thing I'm getting to. This one is done by the author of Death Note, and while I haven't finished Death Note, I do like it. It's well loved, so I got Platinum End. The Volume 1 was kind of... I mean, I enjoyed it, but I hope Volumes 2 and 3 that I have on the shelf get a little bit better, but like we'll see when we get to that. Next up, I have Volumes 1 through 12 and Codename Sailor V of the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon series, and then also a couple little Sailor Moon pop vinyls down there. Like, obviously, it's Sailor Moon. It's one of the most well-loved and well-known magical girl anime, and I just found out that they're re-releasing these again with like new covers, new bind-ups, like a new translation even, so like I'm probably gonna end up picking those up too, because your boy needs some more Sailor Moon. Next up I have Tales of the Waning Moon, which is... what was it? It's a yaoi, but no, it's not yaoi, it's shonen-ai. I don't remember. It was kind of trashy though, I just didn't enjoy it that much. Tokyo Ghoul, Volumes 1 through 4. I mean, like, everyone knows what Tokyo Ghoul is by now. Like, it's pretty well loved. I really enjoy it. I'm just really slow at getting new volumes of it and getting caught up on it. Next to that I have Tsubasa, the first 2 volumes of the Omnibus, and then Volume 1 of World Chronicle, which is the sequel to Reservoir Chronicle. I don't like Tsubasa as much as I like Holic. Mercury just fell down again. But like, I'm still gonna collect them all, clearly, because Clamp trash. And then right here I have a little timer ball, which I forgot to move off the shelf and put with the rest of the Pokemon stuff. Oh, I had to get down on the floor to do this shelf, and I am tall, and that is difficult. But next up I have Volumes 1 and 2 of the Holic Omnibus, and then Volume 1 of Holic Ray. I love Holic so much. It was one of the first mangas that I really got into. I adore it so much. Next up I have the first 4 volumes of Yona of the Dawn. At one point I was caught up to it, and then for some reason I just stopped buying more of them, and now there's like 9 volumes out, so I'm pretty far behind, but I really liked the series of it. It's shoujo, but like shoujo with swords, so like I am okay with that. Not that I don't like shoujo, it's just that it's not really my cup of tea usually. Next up I have Yotsuba and Volumes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. These are just cute little stupid slice of lives that I just adore. Next up I have this owl thing. It's the only thing on my shelf that has nothing to do with like anime or manga. It's just the best thing that I had at the time to like hold up these manga so they don't all fall down, so that's why he's there. Next I got Mona from Persona 5, just a little plush figurine that came with the collector's edition of Persona 5, which I honestly haven't even finished yet. I really need to get on that. Next up I have this little thing. I can't remember his name, but he is the mascot character of Akiba Beat, which is this little PS4 game that I picked up that was kind of like a weird cross between a Tales and a Persona game, and it's alright. The best thing I can say about it is that it's just super alright. And then I got a little pin, a little Noragami pin down there. I haven't actually seen or read anything Noragami. I just got that pin in a Loot anime box, so it's just kind of like sitting there. This shelf has nothing on it except a few figurines because I don't have much on the shelf, like I said. But I got this little One Punch Man figurine, and then also this little One Punch Man figurine. I got a figurine of Gintama, even though I haven't really watched that much Gintama. I've got a thing for Sasuke, even though I don't haven't read that much Naruto or watched that much Naruto, and then one of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But guess what? Haven't watched or read much of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. These were all just things I got in loot anime boxes, so that's why they're here. And then the reason why I said that I had stuff down below that's not with the rest of my collection is that down here is my unread shelf. So this is the stuff that I have that I haven't read yet. And in order to force myself to read it and make sure that I've, you know, getting my money's worth out of it, I put it on a separate shelf before I put it with the rest of the stuff. So it's like, it's a very passive-aggressive shelf to tell me that I need to start reading more. But I've got volume 1 of the Occultic 9 light novel. I gave up the anime after like 1 or 2 episodes because the pacing was awful, but like the light novel kind of changes that and makes it a bit better, and it's a much better read than it is to watch, in my opinion. Next up I have volume 1 of Soul Eater. This was another loot anime thing, so it's a loot anime exclusive cover on it, I do believe. I don't know what the cover for it looks like normally, but that's this. I really enjoyed the anime when I watched it, so like I'm sure that I'll enjoy the manga when I finally get around to reading it. Next up I have K-On! Volume 1. This one is also a loot anime exclusive cover, I think, maybe? I don't remember much about K-On! When I tried to watch it. I never got that far into it, but like, it was a loot anime manga. I'm gonna read it eventually. That's why it's here on this shelf. And then third on this shelf, I have also a loot anime exclusive cover to Black Clover Volume 1. I started watching the anime to this, and I'm not enjoying it so much. The main problem I have is with this thing, Asta, just screaming constantly. So like, maybe if I read the manga where he's not like actually screaming out of my TV the whole time, I might like it a little bit more, but I don't know. We'll see. And then next to that, I've got the rest of the Death Note Black editions. They're down here because I haven't read them yet, so I need to read them and then put them up on my shelf. Volume 3 of Holic Omnibus, and then Volume 2 of Holic Ray. I mean, yeah, I need to get to these two. That's why they're down here. Volume 5 of Tokyo Ghoul. Volume 2 of Mobile Suit Thunderbolt. Volumes 2 and 3 of Platinum End. And I just gotta say, like, the covers for Platinum End are some of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. Oops, that's not the right cover. Like, the cover artwork alone is worth the purchase of these things. Like, I love them so much. And then last but not least is Boruto Volume 2. Oh, I think last but for anime, because I've also got this figurine here of Cosmos from Xenosaga in her bathing suit model. She used to have a little blade on her foot, but I've lost that in one of my many moves, so unfortunately she's just standing there in her bathing suit looking all sultry. And then I have a thing from Bungo Stray Dogs that I got in Loot Anime. I don't know what it is or what it's for, but it's just kind of there in the corner to take up negative space. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little manga shelf tour. It was very short because I don't have a lot of stuff, but I intend to fill it up with a lot more things over the course of the next year, and then hopefully have a much longer manga tour thing in 2018. Nope, 2019. That'll be for 2019. But yeah, that's it for this one, so I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!